Shit, I think it's better
Why
now
not?
that a nigga grown. You know, you got the bread and the resources to take care of the
Hell
shit you
yeah,
want. You feel me?
absolutely. Yep, that's what I'm on, man. It is better because you get to, like you say, you can shit move, you can buy the shit you want and shit like that, and get all that shit together. You know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah, just was patient enough, to build up the bread for it, man. Shit, that's dope. I salute you for that. And
Yes,
nigga saying
indeed.
that shit for
Salute.
like 3 years, you gonna get back in
Yeah,
two
man.
years, then 1 year, now nigga here.
Hell yeah. Got it going now, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun raising these little motherfuckers though. You know what I'm saying? I want
Yeah.
the whole experience of that's why I want to start off with puppies because I want the whole experience of raising the motherfuckers and you know what I'm saying, and just, learning the dogs and learning, what I'm saying, they habits and shit like that. I ain't wanna I started to buy a grown motherfucker and shit, you know what I mean? But I want that whole puppy experience first. See what's going on with them. Raise them up.
Hell yeah. And then you know what to look for in their offspring too.
Right.
If they turn out just the little intricacies that the pups will do, and that shit carry on down the line. Like I had some Coca-Cola shit and the sire to my dog, he used to like to take the bottom, and I bred my dog off of him and got pups and his fucking grandkids, would throw that shit.
Right.
Every fucking litter, it'll be one pup that like to take the bottom, and I would always just get him away.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Salute to the chat, man. Much love, y'all. How y'all
Oh,
feeling
we
on this?
live. Oh, my fault.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's all good. We ain't said nothing anyway. Let me see here. Let me scroll up. Um, Chris Dodges. What it do? I see you up in here. Mr. Pazor, what's happening? Mo G, what it do? Paris Jackson, what's happening? Miami Snoopy 305 in the building. Dillian G. Um, Alpha Dog Combine, salute. Bert up in here, what's happening? Let's see, let's see. AJ, Nazuro Watkins, JT Kennels, NWA Kennels, salute. Rail Kennels in the building. Kai the Face Stiller, Frank Troy, David Rose, Tay Brown up in here. Macho Man Fat Keith, salute. Uh, FTB Kennels. Main event Mark, what's happening? MJ Total Health and Wellness, salute. You got Vernon Stones in the building. Jay Everything. Dre's Finest. Bank Statement Bullies.
What
Lot
up,
Boy.
bank statement, cuz?
Yeah, salute. Lot Boy. NB Boxing News, what's happening? Drew the Dog Man, what it do? Keith Young. SB Kennels. Let's see here. What's that? D-Lo 87. Tasha Brooks, what's happening? Salute to you. Let me see. Mir in the building. Quincy, what's happening? Let me see. Phenomenal Mexican. Terrell. Let's see. Salute to my brother. Coach Shelton Harrison in the building. What it do, Coach? Says, sir, I am offended. You didn't take my hard-earned money yesterday. Please have it today. Sorry, sir. It won't happen again. Thank you, brother. Salute to the brother, Coach. What's happening, Coach? I hope you're doing good. I'm going to hit you up. Check in on you, man. See everything all right with you.
Salute, Coach. Y'all go subscribe to Coach, man. Y'all fuck with the MMA. He covered that shit, and he be having a whole bunch of different MMA fighters on there. He be interviewing, man.
Hell yeah. Make sure y'all go sub to the coach. CSH Combat Sports. What's up, Brown Sugar
Uh,
Tay Brown in the building? Salute, sister. What's happening,
what
David
up,
Scott
Tay
the third?
Tay?
Yes, indeedy.
Tasha
Uh,
Brooks, what up? Tasha, that's an old fighting ass name right there.
hey,
Tasha Brooks
Tasha Brooks
beat
sound
that
like
bitch up.
right. That's what it sounds like. Like, hey, go get your cousin Tasha, man. Tasha who? Tasha Brooks. Yeah, Tasha Brooks
Oh
sound like
man, I don't know about that, man. She gonna hurt that girl.
yeah. She sound like she be whooping people ass. Let's see here. All right, shit, man. But yeah, man, me and Ram were just shooting shit. Oh, the other brothers will be here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know how black folks be late. They'll be here in a second, man. Against the last minute things together. But yeah,
Hell yeah. Shit, we're going to start to cook up though and catch them up.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. So let me get to here, man. Let's get to the pros and cons, man. The pros and cons of farming out dogs. You know what I'm saying? This was a question Thompson had. I want to let him cook on this. When we get here, he'll be here in a second. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
there you go, right there. Thompson in the building.
yeah, what going on?
Chilling, man.
Young Gunner, what up, cuzzo?
What's going on, Ram? Welcome down.
Oh man. Nigga still working. Shit, I'm glad you came. I can go and slap this starter on now.
Man, what's your Thompson, man? What's the pros and cons of farming out dogs, man?
Pros and cons. You know, a lot of my experience, my personal experience with seeing it and being a part of it is most of the time it's like papers being withheld. So it'd be like, oh yeah, you could get it for this price, and if you don't, you could get it for this price, and I'll keep the papers and blah blah blah. Or it's just straight fine. It don't even have to be a financial issue, but you don't have full control of the dog. So the cons of it is if you and that person have a fallout, expect to get fucked over. And the pro side of it is it could be a good working relationship if you got a good person that you can trust and be reliable and hold up their end of the bargain in the bargain, and it can take the load off. It's almost like what's the name? Almost like a kennel partner situation.
Right.
So it could benefit you a plethora of ways because you could have it's two people doing the work or the breedings and shit. So you're progressing faster. You're able to get to your goal quicker. So that would be the pro side of it. And like I said, the con side of it is, if it's a situation where you don't have the dog outright with the papers, you know what I mean? And he has control, you're at his mercy as far as registering unless you're gonna hang papers and start a whole chain of fuckery. You know what I mean? So you gotta weigh both sides and whatever. Like I would tell any young people, like I got a lot of young partners, they be thinking about teaming up and stuff. You could do collab breedings and shit like that, and that's fine. But don't put yourself in an uncomfortable position dealing with somebody because it's all good until it goes wrong. You know what I mean? So that would be my sum it up on it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Hey, Ram, can you talk or you cooking on?
Yeah,
I mean, okay.
yeah,
What's your
shit.
take on it?
I'm gotta agree with Thompson on that, man. That shit is a fickle bitch, bro. Like, like when I do it, say if I'm forming out a pup, I'll fucking give it to you. You can do whatever you want, but you got 3 years to show me you raising it right before I give you the papers. And I just do that so in case it do be a good dog, you ain't just out there just breeding that shit to everybody and shit and just got the blood all over the place. It's more about you showing me that you're responsible with something that I'm gifting you with.
Right.
But I can't really speak on the sell part because I don't really sell dogs. I can count on one hand many dogs I done sold in my whole time I done had these dogs. Like, if I fuck with you, I'll give you a dog.
Right.
If I know
Yeah.
you true, I'll give you the dog with the papers, all of that here. Go ahead. But if I'm just now building that relationship with you, I'm gonna withhold those papers. Papers ain't everything, but to some motherfuckers who just wanna, try to make a quick dollar, they everything. You ain't gonna be hustling on my block.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I think it's about knowing who the motherfucking people is you fucking with, not being thirsty to the point where you want to just work with anybody and you know what I mean, just okay, I'm send my dog out there, man. And you don't know what the fuck going on with the motherfucking hound. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, like, I mean, you gotta really trust. For me to send my dog to a motherfucker, especially a dog that's producing or a dog that I like, a dog that's functioning how it's supposed to function. for me to send that motherfucker out, I gotta trust the person, man. You know what I mean? That gotta be my partner, not somebody I just met and we cool and you know we done had a drink and shit. And you like dogs too? Me too. You know, fuck that. You know what I mean? Nah, it gotta be a bigger relationship than that to ship out a motherfucking dog to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because on the inside on that too, it could be just the fuckery part, and then I've seen a lot of shady shit with those type of situations where the dog end up something happen or the dog end up missing. You know what I mean? It's like I tell all the young brothers, man, when you open the door to have somebody having input on what you're doing, and that's not knocking kennel partners or none of that shit. This is just the con side. When you open the door to letting another person in your situation and be able to control shit that's pivotal to you, be prepared for it to go left. Just that's how I move. I think about what's the worst possible scenario that could happen with this shit, and am I willing to deal with that shit when it occurs? So just everybody ask yourself that before you fuck around with somebody and some dogs.
Yep. Because that show gonna happen, man. I mean, the moment. I mean, I know so many people. They'll tell you stories of their dogs came up missing. The motherfucker tell you, oh man, somebody came in the yard and stole a dog. Oh, the dog got loose and like all kind of shit. It was a kennel accident, whatever. You know what I mean? And motherfucker will have your shit over there just at the homie house and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they breeding your shit and just putting tagging hanging papers on the motherfucking puppies and shit. That's man. I don't know.
Breeding the balls off your dog over there, man. You like, nigga, this dog look just like Bojack. Nigga, oh no, man, that's off of my Bolio shit. Man, nigga, get out of here.
Right. Definitely do it. Buck City in the building. What it do, Buck?
Yo, what's going on with it? I'm a little late.
Oh, so I'm good. Oh, good.
Pulling up, you know.
For sure. Yes, indeed, man. Shit.
Tasha said y'all have no idea. I bet. Next bad female GIF I get, I'm gonna name her as Tasha Brooks.
Yeah. Hey,
that's a good fight name.
Yeah, it sounds like some motherfucker gonna whoop somebody ass. That's like Latoya Brown and shit. You already know.
Latoya could have come put them hammer jammers on your baby mama, boy.
Yeah.
She got the Vaseline in the car and everything, and the sock with the battery in it. She ready.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of keys on the bungee cord, nigga.
Hit you with a padlock, nigga.
A sock, lock in the sock like a motherfucker.
Ain't never been to jail. We're out here whooping on people with the lock in the sock.
Right. Man, hey Buck, what you think about what's some of the pros and cons of farming out dogs?
Man, just the pros would be you're able to grow up more individual animals. You know, it takes, I mean, I don't know what the number is, but to me, to have a successful program, you got to raise up a certain amount of dogs, you know, no matter who sees them. Nobody has to see them. Not too many people need to see these animals, but you got to raise a lot of them up. So it helps out with that. And, you know, just having pieces and the longevity, you know, with the yards getting taken and, you know, all of that stuff. The cons is a lot of dudes, you know, you really can't read somebody and know what their intentions are, you know, when they come at you and, you know, try to get up under you and stuff. So some of the stuff could go bad, and you know what I'm saying? Those will probably be the cons of it. But overall, if it's solid people, everybody's solid and understand, you know what I'm saying, what the agreements and, you know, stick to what the agreements and stuff was with farming, you know, like I got quite a few out there now. And I mean, only time will tell, but, you know, hopefully it's some solid individuals, you know.
For sure. Hey, Quincy, Eli be back next week. Yeah, Eli, he chilling, grinding out, working. All right, right. Let's see here. Let's go to another topic, man. Um, this one here. How to handle bad consumers and breeders. Um, explain that one, Thompson. What you think on that one?
Well, I got the email. It was from a young partner. What you call? He was asking about when he decides to start selling dogs. What's the people to look out for? What's not the people to look out for? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's a real skeptical person about it. And we were talking about the private yard, so I guess he just wanted some pointers from the panel on what to look for in a future bad customer or individuals you should shy away from.
Right, right. Man, oh shit. Man, look. I would say a bad consumer, a bad customer, whatever. I would say if you got a situation where you demand a fucking deposit or something like that, and if the person trying to negotiate with me with the price, I'm already ain't gonna be feeling the person. If you give them a price and the motherfucker trying to negotiate with you, you know what I'm saying? I personally, I walk away from the situation. Be like, hey, I don't think this one is for you. You know what I'm saying? I got this other breed. Maybe that's more of your speed or woo woo. But if you want this blood, it's gonna be this price. I mean, I'm gonna hold on to my price unless you want to fuck with that person like that and give them a play. But yeah, I don't like them type of people. People who stall too much. Motherfuckers who just really want to just have a conversation. Some of these dudes will call and they just be wanting to talk to motherfuckers and shit and get all in your business and shit just so they can say they know somebody and shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But what would you say, Buck?
Basically, somebody that's always trying to penny pinch you and short you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times those could lead to just an all around bad customer. You know, they don't understand what the price is. They don't understand quality. You know, they expect something for a little bit of nothing. You know, those are the type of people that I think potentially could be bad customers.
Mm-hmm. What about the breeder? What about the bad breeder? If he a customer and he want to buy a puppy, what should he be looking out for from the breeder?
Oh, a bad breeder. You know, it's real sketchy. You know, you know, because a lot of people, you know, you get to see little glimpses and little stuff, but unless you get something directly from them, you know, I think some dudes really don't have that passion, and there is probably a lot of just slapping stuff together, or just, you know, you get, like I always make the analogy, you know, they buy 5 dogs and then 5 years later, those are the same 5 dogs that are in there, you know, like, wow, how did you pick these 5 great dogs? You know, like other people, they got to go through 25 to
Right.
find 5 good ones, you know what I'm saying? But they're just so lucky. So, you know, and it's trendy, you know, the pedigrees and matching them up, and, you know, it's real trendy. So me, I'm gonna probably stay far away from that and just stuff that, you know, people just grab and just putting together. You know, I think those are bad breeders.
Okay. What you say, Thompson?
As far as the bad customers, when I get a large litter and something can go out to the public, I set a harsh standard, just like with the dogs. I have a certain protocol that you need to follow in order to be on the list to get a dog. So if I need a certain amount of information from you, and this is to cover my end and to cover that person's end. So I have it very set up, very, very detailed what it is, because I don't play with these dogs in this climate. Because if you can sell a dog to the wrong motherfucker, and shit could go left. So I do my paperwork first, and that lets me know if you can follow simple fucking instructions. That's really the gist of that part of it. If you can follow simple fucking instructions, you will have the possibility of getting an animal. If you're a person who can't follow instructions, you never even get considered. Your email just gets deleted. It's that along that lines. I don't like dealing with clown people. I don't really like dealing with novices. I like dealing with older people who know what it is and they know what they're looking for. You can feel the vibes when you talk to a person who's familiar with these animals. So I like to lean what I do towards that type of area and people who are solid about what they're doing. Like I'm just a real fickle person. You could say something stupid to me on the fucking phone, and I'm off that bitch real quick with you, bro. So I got a harsh thing with that as far as dealing with new people, and that's why I don't do too much movement. I like the way shit is flowing now because I think really that's really the worst part of it for me in this whole scenario with the dog thing. When you do have to deal with new people, it's kind of like an anxiety thing with me. I don't trust motherfuckers like that. What Buck be saying? I got trust issues. So that's on the selling part of it. So harsh criteria and make sure because you want your animal to be successful. So you want to have quality people who are stable in life, not people who can afford the dog, like the panel alluded to, people who are struggling to just purchase the dog. Think about the situation that animal's going into. If it gets sick or it needs this and that, they may be struggling to do that. So you want your dogs to go into the most successful situations. So I would say everything that the panel pretty much brought up, have that all in mind when you're distributing dogs to the public. As the buyer part of it, I'm real funny about people. If I'm looking for a dog, I'm looking for specific lineage. I go to certain people who I know have specific lineage bred the way I want to breed it. I'm not knocking no new people or nothing, but I like to see some lineage. I like to see a family tree when I'm purchasing a dog from a breeder. They can show me a catalog of like, okay, like Buck said, they've raised a lot of these dogs. So I got faith, even though it may not be an ace, it could be a dud, whatever the situation is. At least I know I feel comfortable dealing with somebody who's been around it for a while and a person who could cater to what you need. You could say, hey man, I'm looking for something real durable, real good bone, solid bulldog. I need this trait to implicate. And they can guide you and provide you with what you need. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know what they want. So I like a real solid breeder who has some lineage and a family tree and can show me the work.
What you say? Welcome down, Ram. You on mute,
My
man?
bad shit. I say, no new niggas. We don't feel that. I don't be fucking buying or selling shit. If I'm coming to you to buy something, I already know you. Like how I fuck with Buck and Thompson. And I ain't selling you shit. But for everybody that do, treat it like a drug deal. The drug dealer ain't finna buy shit from nobody who out there talking all crazy and hot. And they ain't finna sell nothing to nobody who talking all crazy and hot. You feel me? At least not the successful ones that I've read about. Other than that, that's all I got on it, bro. Cause I ain't selling shit and I ain't buying shit really. I'm making my own shit.
Right.
Hey, we need word. I was about to say Cap LT tree. Cap that nigga.
Yeah, I saw him coming a mile away, slapped him in the back of the head with a wrench. You know what I'm saying? But
What'd he say?
That's some old dumb shit, trying to get some attention, talking shit about Buck. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I see somebody ask about that. Like, what's up? I thought he was talking about a dog.
Nah. That's what I thought at first too. I thought he was talking about dog. But yeah,
hold up, what was it? I must be missing out. I missed out.
No,
just talking stupid.
Shit. Yeah, talking some dumb shit. Yeah, so yeah, I think from a consumer, if you're gonna buy a puppy from somebody, I would look out for I would want to look at what they have to offer, and I want to look at how many times have they done this breeding, because you want to know, like, okay, first of all, how many dogs do they got? Roundabout. You ain't got to know all their business, but as long as this ain't the only, this only pair that they got. But if they got other dogs, like just say 10 plus dogs or something, and they stable, cool. But they doing this breeding again, then I want to know how the other dogs turned out. Is there any way I can go see the other, not go physically see them, but see some pictures of them, woo, 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 that type of shit. I'm gonna ask questions if I got to spend some money like that. So I want to know what made them repeat the breeding. What qualities did you see from the first breed that made you repeat it? Or is this, if he can't tell me no qualities or nothing, then I'm just gonna assume he just throwing some shit together just because he just like what I mean, these are the dogs he got. He just breeding these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Shit like that I'll be looking for, and you know, and also just like I said about the customer who playing games with the price and shit. If the breeder give me a price, and then when it come time to me to buy it, he trying to like talk me up on the price, and oh man, I don't know, cause woo woo, like that shit ain't my problem, homie. I ain't playing them type of games. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna play them games with them little, you know what I mean? Cause a nigga might give you one price, cause that's his price, but then he might feel you out and be like, oh, this nigga got some money, and then tack on another 500 or some dumb shit. Nope, that shit ain't finna happen with me. No, finna get this motherfucker. Now, if you want me to come back, you know what I'm saying, as a customer, because if I fuck with you, I'm gonna keep fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some more shit from you, but I ain't finna run no hustle on me and shit. You know, but at least that's me, my perspective. Let me see here. Damn, every time I start recording, man, motherfucking fire truck coming through this motherfucker, ambulance or some shit. Okay, fast lane versus slow lane breeders. What was that email about, Thompson?
We brought it up. I guess we was talking in one of the lives, and somebody was asking the definition of a fast lane breeder, and then it was like, is there such thing as a slow lane breeder? I believe I brought it up. I believe Buck brought it up too. So I passed it on for the cook up.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's a difference. Fast lane breeders got stuff in the fast lane consistently. Like check the private chat. That's a fast lane breeding I did off of fast lane dogs. I bred that dog and I bred that dog mama. You feel me? That's fast lane breeding.
Let me see here. Let me see.
Slow lane breeding is you don't ever see them motherfuckers
Oh yeah.
nowhere.
Oh yeah. This is nice. I know. Wait a minute, real. Wait a minute. I seen a female that's bred like this, bro.
You better buy it, nigga.
No. She not for sale. She a grand champion though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just some of my old stuff, man. But that's the best example I could give y'all. Like that's from a family of dogs that consistently, competed. That dog was a champion. His daddy was a champion. So on and so forth. All off stuff we had. We put our own
Yeah.
hands
I'll
on.
breed to that motherfucker for sure. Cause yeah, that's yeah. I'll show you the other one
Yeah.
I'm talking about when we get off of here when I get a chance.
Yeah, them same people they bought his cousin too. They still got him too. His cousin is off of that top side. He's just pure top side inbred off of that same stuff. But the uncle, you see, that's fast lane shit. Cause we had two brothers, both of them, made champion. And they went on to produce champion
Right.
off of good producing dogs who were also treadmill or hog catching winners themselves.
Right.
And so on and so forth, bro. That's real fast lane shit.
Yeah,
Competing
absolutely.
though, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the case. Basically, just fast lane, like Ram just cooked on that perfectly. You know what I'm saying? I think yeah, fast lane breeders is gonna have stuff that's he's still breeding his stuff consistently for a certain purpose. You know what I'm saying? For that fast lane. You know what I mean? He keep breeding them for that and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Not breeding them for color. He ain't culling dogs because of color and all that kind of shit. It's just old school. You know what I'm saying? Can you make the cut type shit? You know what I mean? Um, and I think if you're gonna use the term slow lane breeders, I think you might have people who are might be breeding dogs for just say conformation, maybe different specific different events or something like that, or uh, some motherfuckers is out here breeding dogs for like show dogs, like colors and shit like that. You know what I mean? Just motherfucker black, they don't want it. You know what I'm saying? The fucking dog Brindle, they calling it out the program because it's Brindle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I think that would probably, that's my opinion. What you think, Buck?
I always thought fast lane was. Let me see. I always thought, the fast lane was the popular lane, the money lane, you know what I'm saying? Supposedly where the best animals were because we're talking about 20 years ago and books I read and shit like that. Supposedly, they had a lot of money behind them. So, you would think that, they would be better. So I would think a fast lane breeder, I wouldn't necessarily say he's a fast lane breeder, but if his dogs were able to compete on that high level, I would consider, him, like he produces like fast lane dogs, dogs that people would travel with, not just like slow lane will be something that's maybe not that good. You probably keep it in your area. Fast lane will be something that, can go anywhere, that's open to the world. You know what I'm saying? More like that. Some people, how you can get the stigma of a slow lane breeder is, your stock really isn't elevating. It's just average. It's not gonna get to the level where somebody will be like, oh shit, this dog is special. He could, like an all-star type of dog, all-star type of breeding, you know what I'm saying? Best in show type of dog. I would say that's a fast lane type of dog. So if you were a fast lane type of breeder, and that's in present tense, when you're talking about that, that means that you will be doing continuously over the years, producing fast lane animals. Just, I kind of beat around the bush, but that's pretty much my thing when it comes to that. There are people out there that produce good dogs, but they're just not in the fast lane for various reasons. You know what I'm saying? It could be, a lot of gossip and a lot of, things that went on in those fast lanes. And, with those dog men, a lot of them aren't here to tell the story. A lot of them, got in so much shit, they wouldn't tell any stories, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's just a little bit, but it's all on past tense and history and reading books and talking to old dog men that aren't around anymore.
Yes, indeed. What's happening, Dre's Finest? Salute. Thank you for joining us, brother. Salute to everybody up in here, man. I seen Mr. Thomas Morgan come through here. Salute, man. Seen
Shout
some
out
who else?
Kendrick out there. Shout
Yeah,
out
salute.
AJ.
Much love, AJ and Kendrick Kendall. So see y'all. I'm trying to make sure. 88 Sports Talk. What's happening? My brother Gregory X in here. I saw him come through here. All right. Let me see here. Cooked on that fast lane joint. Okay, let's ask this question, man. What questions to ask? What questions do you ask when purchasing a pup, and what questions shouldn't you never ask when purchasing a pup? You know what I mean, from somebody. Let's start with Thompson. So since you're a breeder, man, what do you not want to hear when a motherfucker call you? And then tell them plain, so they'll because they listening. Some of these dudes just don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I can tell you now on any business level, don't say anything to me on the fucking phone that if it got played out in court, it could be incriminating against me. Think about that real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we gotta keep it a hundo. Certain shit need to be spoken about in person, and sometimes it don't even need to be spoken about in person. It is this thing is so serious nowadays with these dogs, bro. Like people get their yard snatched behind silly shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's a real funny thing. Don't ask dumb questions. Like I said, if you were interested in a dog from somebody, what they tell you should not influence you on you purchasing that dog. You should have seen some dogs and already been interested in that blood or something in them dogs you seen that you personally seen or interested in. That verbal shit, because a lot of people get the game confused. People will call you and act like you're trying to sell them a dog. You fucking called me trying to
Right.
buy one.
That's an excellent point. Excellent.
I'm not here to sell you nothing, broski. If I wanted to sell shit, you see me out here. I got this for sale, that for sale. Hey, you called me trying to purchase something. Use common sense. Like that whole having cognizance off of what comes out of your mouth. And like I said, the climate with stuff and the way things get portrayed and the questions people ask, it can be used against you in the court of law if they grab you, record you, or say have you on the phone saying something crazy. I mean, that's the climate it is, and it sucks in these dogs that we gotta operate like that, because I don't think any other breed of dog has to operate like how we operate. Everything has to be, if I don't know you, don't say nothing stupid to me on the phone, bro. Like, come on. That's my take on it. Don't say nothing that could be used in the court of law against you.
Right. Right. Yep, sir. Agreed, man. I think what should they ask though, Thompson? What question should they ask?
Ask the about traits and qualities, things that people actually breed for, standards. What was your vision when you put this together? What were you trying to exploit out of these two animals when you decided to make this breeding? What traits were you trying to carry on? What is your program based on? Questions that actually mean something when you really purchase a dog. Because, we could always get into this shit with dogs with accolades and stuff throughout history and stuff. You purchase a puppy. That puppy doesn't have those accolades. It just came off a dog with those accolades. So you got to be realistic about the shit. And I had a lot of shit on my yard. So it's along that lines as far as the convo that needs to be had. Ask questions that'll help you build on your program. If you're trying to build a program, some people just want a good dog. They retired, the pet bull people is what they call them, which I think is pivotal to the community because they're the most consistent ones with going to those shows. They the ones who are really, truly, and enthusiastically happy about owning the breed and being able to do all of the shows and shit and compete in the events. That's what the community needs more of to help us the fuck out. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on it.
Indeed. Salute to Hampton USA Kennels in that super chat. What it do, family? He said, salute, fellas. 100 game dogs for life. Salute. Bulldog Mall in the building. What's happening, Mall?
What's up, fellas? What it do? What it do?
Man, chilling, man.
All right.
This nigga always a ball of energy, boy. That nigga amped like he just drunk 24 hours.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll go with all Bulldog Ball.
Hey, David Rhodes. Oh, well, what's up? Salute to David Rhodes in super chat. Much love. He says, Ed Thompson. He says, common sense ain't so common. Yes, indeed. Well, a lot of these guys just don't know no better when they make these phone calls, man. They like I say, they get gassed up, man. They get gassed up and they think it's cool, but and then they get hung up on, and don't let the word fuck around and spread about your ass, and if ain't nobody gonna sell you shit or want to talk to you, they're gonna think you the police. You know what I mean? So don't be getting gassed up and just run around acting stupid. Like me, like I feel like you shouldn't call somebody a breeder. All right. If you should know what you're looking at, okay? Know what you're looking at. Do a little research. If you see it's a breeding, if somebody put you on, they say, okay, go to this website. Let's just say it's a website. They say, okay, this breeding. All right. Usually websites have the pedigrees. So you want to look at the pedigrees and see if you're familiar with that and if that's something that you like. If they got pictures of the puppies and shit, cool, whatever. And then, like Thompson said, you want to call and listen and already know if you want to buy the dog or not. Okay. Now you should go into it with a mindset of, okay, I want this dog. I want this shit, but let me talk to the breeder and see, make sure everything is good. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of shit am I gonna get with this? Am I gonna get some health guarantees? Am I gonna get some? Make sure I'm gonna get the paperwork. Where is it registered from? All that kind of shit. You want to make sure all of those questions, right? But you don't want to say no shit like, you know, has are the parents proven? You don't want to say no stupid shit like that, okay? You know, because right away that's a police question. You know what I mean? When you ask somebody that shit on the phone, they gonna hang up on you. Any dog man gonna hang up on you. I'm just telling you that right now. So don't do that because the word gonna spread about you. Yeah, some guy called me from such and such area code, and yeah, watch out for that area code, and then you gonna have everybody from your hood looking all weird and shit. So just
Facts.
yeah, don't do that kind of shit, man. You know, so don't get gassed up. Just be, you know, if you're a dog man, if you got a little more experience, that you know how to talk to people and you know certain things to look for and stuff. Just do your research, but don't be talking about no illegal shit. It don't make no sense, man. It's just gonna end up giving you a bad reputation, and the dog man ain't gonna trust you. He ain't no dog man. That's a genuine dog man gonna sit down on the phone and talk to you about no shit like that, and he don't know you. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? But salute to SBC Kennels in that super chat showing love. Appreciate you, homie. Much love. Hey, Bulldog Mall, what's your thoughts on it, man? What should you say if you're looking for a puppy? What should you say?
Mhm.
Ask what questions should you ask, and what should you not ask?
Yes, sir. I'm a piggyback. I guess I'll start first. I want to, man, apologize to old Gerald Burst, man. I I didn't mean to call you that was my bad, my brother. So if you're listening, I apologize, man, like a man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put a black man down like that. So keep your head up, and I appreciate you for checking, man, checking on me. You know what I'm saying? But I gave one of my buddies, you know what I'm saying, a dog man's number, and I've known him for both of them for years. And uh and he's not a person that he doesn't I mean, he sells dogs, but I guess he doesn't advertise. Let me say that. So I'm gonna take that word peddle off. He don't advertise. But somehow in there, man, he ain't get a dog, and the old man called me back and was like, "Man, your boy got to talking, asking me some shit crazy as a motherfucker." And so I could assume I didn't ask him exactly what he asked him, but he turned him off, and he can't even get a dog from him. You know what I'm saying? But that said, when I've called dog men up, you know what I'm saying. For instance, I like to use, because I'm a consumer, so I call Bert Soros up. I talked to his ex-wife, or Joni, before also, and I did my research as 7 8 said. I seen all the old dogs from the 70s and stuff, and of course, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying, we know them dogs from the 70s. They're not going to be of dogs up today. You know what I'm saying? But I knew about what I was, saying, what I was talking about, what I was asking for. And first off, also be aware of laws, dog fighting is illegal. So you have to respect the breeder with that, even if he may have did it in the past, in the 70s, in the case of Boris Soros, that doesn't mean I'm going to come at him with nothing illegal, in this day and time. May he rest in peace. But, I asked him about the dog sizes and, temperament and all that, and you'll have a good conversation with these dog men once you tell them about yourself, because they'll probably ask you, what do you do for a living? What do you like to do for fun and stuff, little simple things, so they can also fit a dog with you, a particular dog. They might have an outgoing puppy, you know what I'm saying? They might have a really low key puppy, or a laid back puppy, because you'll have dog men come from different stages of life, and some may stay in an apartment, and you don't want to give this guy who stays in an apartment this wild crazy one off the litter. You know what I'm saying? But you got this young head. He needs to burn some energy. He likes to go play some sports and stuff. So he'll pair him with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'll ask him about how the dog's bone structure, temperament, and I may ask them, hey, how was that such and such dog in the past? Now this particular dog, I know it was 30 years ago, and they're like, oh yeah, that dog was a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? And like
Right.
7-8 said, know that you're gonna know that you want to buy a dog. You know what I'm saying? You know, no one ain't nothing worse. I used to run. You know, I was in the sales and in the gym business and in cars and all that stuff. And you know, the worst thing you can do is give somebody a whole tour and they don't even want to fucking join the gym. You know what I'm saying? You know, you spend 30, 40
Damn.
minutes of your time and you know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, I was just looking. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I'm
that
gonna walk.
bullshit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I did that for about 5 years of my life. And so I've had a lot of tire kickers come, and I understand that right there. So just if you are looking and research of a dog, whatever, that proven shit and what has he done, you shouldn't even be calling the motherfucker. You shouldn't be calling them up if you haven't done your own research. So it's a 50-50 thing. But just be yourself when
Facts.
you talk to these dogs, man. Also, you know what I'm saying? They get comfortable and stuff, and they'll treat you a little different. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep it business, but be yourself. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part about it, that's all I really got to say. I think all the other gentlemen probably. I've never sold a dog before, but I'm coming from the part of a consumer. You know what I'm saying? So I know I haven't been in Thompson's shoes or Buck City's shoes. That's a whole different feel. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody answering the phone. I could imagine. And you got all the, you know, these dogs are so scrutinized and you know, we're people of color, you know, let's keep it real. You know, we get the blame for all this shit. So just selling the dog, a motherfucker get 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just be mindful of the questions, you know, and be respectful. You know, people they're selling these dogs. It's up to you. Whatever you do with these dogs is on you. And also, I would like to say about there's no guarantees in these things. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a good dog. Sometimes you may not like it. It's a process. You'll see cats been in these dogs for a long time. And that dog that you may not like, it's gonna give you an experience. You're gonna learn from that dog that you dislike. You know what I'm saying? That one that don't crank up. You'll learn something about yourself. So let that be an experience. You ain't gotta be mad. You ain't gotta breed it or whatever. You know, but if you get good to these dogs and game, the dog game gonna bless you. I guarantee you that. But
Yeah.
that's my take on it.
Just to chime in on what Ball said, boy, you said some facts there, brother. Cause once you get a dog you don't like, you'll never ever go for that trait again, bro. It'll scar your ass for life. But you know exactly what the fuck you won't tolerate and what you don't like, bro. Salute on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What you say, Buck? What should the guy buying the puppy never say or never ask, and what should he be asking?
He should never ask anything illegal. You know, he should already, you know, this like we should already be thinking like, okay, these dogs are scrutinized and you know all of that. You know, they should already assume that, you know, this dog, man, especially if he's a breeder, he got numerous people calling his phone and you know whatever, and then even this YouTube stuff, you know, you call anybody's number, you should already be just thinking that a motherfucker's listening. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't
Right.
just be like, oh no, ain't nobody, or, you know, like you try to raw dog a new bitch, like, oh, she don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, ain't nobody listening to his phone. Like, you should already be giving that man that much respect. You know what I'm saying? So just really no illegal talk, activity, you know, all of that. What is this dog? What has that dog done? You know, all of that, you know, whatever that man tells you, you know, if you wasn't there, it means nothing in the real dog world. You know, it means absolutely nothing. You
Right.
know, it's not going to help you. You know, you go, you research, you find somebody that you feel is solid, that you can get some dogs from, you know, and you don't bullshit them. You know, the best way to get a dog, if you know a guy got some good dogs, is don't be cheap and buy more than one. You know, buy 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? That puts that man on the spot. You know, if you just
Facts.
say, hey, here's the money. If you just say, hey, here's the money, give me a good dog. Send me a good dog. I'll talk to you in a month. Send me a good dog. You know, that puts that man on the spot. You know, not the guy that's trying to short him 500 and then you know when the transporter get there want to short the transporter and all, you know, that dude he never gonna get his foot in the door. You know, dog man, you know, they got jewels on their yard. You know, it's like the stocks. It's a way to buy and a time to buy, and it's a, you know, the seasons and the, you know what I'm saying, all of that plays a factor. You know, I was buying dogs from a gentleman. I bought a couple of them, no hassle, didn't haggle about the price or nothing. You know, the third dog, I just put a little bug in his ear. I said, hey man, I'm gonna be, you know, the fella's gonna see this one. So, you know, just make
hey Buck.
Yeah.
Hey, hold it down for me real quick. I gotta make a phone call.
Oh yeah. And I said, hey, you know, the fella's gonna see this one. So, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure he's a good one. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, cool. You know, and that's it. You see what I'm saying? And when you don't bullshit, you start to get little trinkets and stuff. Motherfuckers start to hook you up with little trinkets because they know you're not bullshitting, you know. And if you are a bullshitter, like, you know, why would I even, you know, I'm not gonna go through this too many times, you know. So I say, you know, it's all a gamble. You know, if you're gonna trust somebody or you seen 2 or 3 other people receive their puppies, like, okay, well, yeah, he is a real kennel. Yeah, he you know, this is stuff you got to research before you call this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Don't get on here and then, you know, get all this paranoid and shit, and, you know, all this bullshit. You know, you should know who to deal with or get an idea. You're going to get a dog and either he's going to be a good dog or he's not. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. You know, every dog man has sold a dog or gave a dog away, you know, that somebody didn't like. Somebody didn't like them, you know. And to get on there and be immature, you know what I'm saying, about a scratch ticket that you knew wasn't guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? And that's all this is. So, you know, cherish the dogs for what it is. You know, try to buy into a program. I wouldn't just try to buy a dog or a different bloodline or something like that. It's, you know, somebody's program. You know, he's gonna feel like he's gonna be around or not. Or maybe you want to buy into this program because you think that he ain't gonna be around, and you just want to have some of that shit because you know he's getting out, or you know, whatever it is. But just remember, it's all a gamble, and it's up to you to cut bait and keep moving and keep refining and keep, you know, trying to, you know, you put those 2 diamonds back and let me go sift in here, give me a couple more diamonds. Somebody might get a diamond. They say, you know what, fuck that. It's too hard to find these diamonds. You know, I'm gonna stay here, mediocre, you know. So it's up to you, you know, as far as how far you want to go with it, and everybody's level is different, and you know, it's all a gamble. So, you know, just don't call nobody's phone with that reckless talk, and you know, don't bullshit nobody with their time. You get better results if you don't bullshit.
Also, too, Buck, I want to add is this dog game is a fraternity. No matter what, if you like it or not, you can go into the store. I don't give a fuck if a person see you got one of these bulldogs, and you could be at work or whatever, and they see you got our kind of bulldogs. We automatically like we because it's almost like we're from a different planet. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these dogs, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So you might see one of your comrades at work, he has the dogs, and you guys are automatically like, man, you got to have a bond. And it's that same way with these dog men. When they sell you these dogs, man, you know, they're giving you a piece of them. You know, you could say that word, you will use even the peddler. If he's been doing these dogs for 30 years and having them, you know, they have a bond, they have a sense of pride in these dogs. And you'll meet a lot of these dog men. For instance, Bobby Smith and Bert Sorrells. Them is the 2 that I had experience with them that were famous. and I had some other ones that were good dog men, but you'll learn so much from these guys when they pass on. Them two gentlemen are passed on. You know what I'm saying? I got pictures with them. You know, it's not Bert Soros, but Bobby Smith and stuff. And I cherish that stuff. You know, I felt it was an honor for me to buy a dog. You know what I'm saying? When I call them up, you know, and look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? That I look forward to talking to these brothers, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the chat. And these dog men, when you guys get these dogs and call them, and you do give him that couple bands or whatever he asked for, you know, he gonna make sure he take care of you. Like Buck said, it's a bond, even though it's a money exchange. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, if you say, hey man, I ain't really like that dog so much or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna keep him and yada yada yada. He's gonna make sure that he looks after you, or she's gonna make sure, you know, that they look after you. I've gotten dogs from dog men, really high class dog men, and they've called me up and be like, hey man, I got this puppy down here, man, little fucker done cracked his teeth. You want him? Now these are dogs that he could have sold for 35. My first dog I had bought from this particular gentleman, I paid 4 bands for the motherfucker. Then he started giving me dogs. You know what I'm saying? And he explained to me, man, I want you to pass on my legacy. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I've dropped the ball on that right there. But these dog men that sell these dogs and stuff, they're very important. And when you look back hindsight, 20 years from now, you'll see a picture of them. And it's always like that. You'll be like, I remember him. And you'll remember all the stories, good and bad, that they said about him. But you'll remember your experience with them. So just know it's a privilege in most cases to buy a dog from most of these dog men. And that one, I'm done.
Maul, you cooking tonight, bro.
No, it's
This
cooking.
nigga, he's cooking, bro.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I gotta piggyback on that, man. That's half the battle is just having the knowledge on the family tree of dogs, and that shit there, man, it's pivotal, man. Just having the knowledge. If you could just possess that knowledge, where you're in the family tree and you could recognize those traits, and be it somebody bestowing that knowledge upon you on what to look for to keep that shit going, and having the recipes to say, hey, when it start getting like this, you need to do this. Just knowing those nuances, man. And like Maul said, man, a lot of you could be blessed, man, because I was blessed to be around some good dog men who passed some shit on to me, man, that knowledge is priceless.
Yeah, and I want to say too, I missed the cook. I know Buck and Maul was cooking, but I couldn't hear what y'all was saying. But so I think y'all might have said what I'm about to say, but it's like, don't listen. Like, okay, people who tell you, cause y'all still on the same topic about the what not to say to breeders and shit.
Nah, this shit went into some like purchasing dogs and like passing on lineage and knowledge and shit. This shit got real deep. Maul had a major cook up, nigga. This was a classic.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna say this, man. Listen, don't listen to people that's telling you to call to ask dog men what no illegal shit. Okay, I don't care about. Don't listen to that stupid shit. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Motherfuckers is just gonna hang up on you, and you're gonna be labeled a suspect. Motherfucker gonna be like, I don't know about this dude. He either young and dumb, or he motherfucking suspect. I mean, well, he the police. It's one of the two. That's how they gonna look at you. You call somebody talking that stupid shit about all that. Just don't do it, man. You're gonna have to do your research, and because the motherfucker can tell you anything. Like if you want to be lied to, that's your business. But you can easily, hypothetically, right? I can call a dog man that I don't know this dude, right? But I see he got some shit advertised. I see the dog, okay? Now, I can call him and say, hey man, it says champion here. Is that a confirmation champion or what? I can say that to him. Now, if he decides to tell me, no, it's not confirmation champion, it's the other champion, right here, champion something else, right? So now, that don't make it no better for me. I mean, in my mind, I can say, oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting some shit for champion, but I don't know that he's really a champion. And You don't know, because then you'll have to know. You'll have to know what he went into. You'll have to know who are those people. Is that legitimate? Was those his friends? Is these some people from around the way? They had a little backyard boogie and shit like that, or whatever the case may be. You don't fucking know anyway. So you have to. Your best bet is to just get in the game, get around some people, and eventually word of mouth will start to happen. You'll start to see people know certain things, but you gotta just crawl before you can walk. Don't just try to jump in and thinking, oh yeah, I got some off champion such and such and grand champion this and this and that. Hey bro, you don't even know what you're fucking talking about. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker could just be flat out lying to you and shit, just putting tags on shit. And who gonna be there to check them? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a motherfucking one-timer, two-timer nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And where's the verification of that? Who can prove that? You know what I'm saying? Where's the receipts on any of this stuff? So it's a waste of time asking that. You're really asking, it's like a broad who want to be lied to and shit. You know what I'm saying? You just want a motherfucker to lie to you if you ask that question. Because if a motherfucker start telling you any of that shit, they, there's nothing, unless you know the people that they went into, and you can make a phone call and verify. Just like, for instance, I had a puppy that I was looking at possibly getting, okay? And it has some nice blood. I mentioned it to Ram and to Buck. Buck said, "Oh, I can make a call right now, because I know the dude who bred the mother, and I can boom, 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 just like that." And then that Buck helped me get the deal done to get the dog, because once I verified that that's actually how the dog is bred, bam, then I paid for the dog, got the dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by verification. So if somebody can tell you anything, if you can't verify it, you don't know anyway, bro. It's just a waste of time. All these people talking this dumb shit about what they done and all this, man, you don't know shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can tag some shit up there and run up the score on some shit, bro. Anybody can do that. You don't know unless you was there, or unless you know people that you trust that was there, or some shit like that. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Hey, Buck did jump right on the phone, no, when we was all on the line.
Right.
I was like, God damn, hell yeah,
Yes,
I
indeed.
just fucking agree with everything y'all said, man. There ain't really too much I can put on that.
Yes, indeed. All right, let me go to this question, man. Let's go to dogs. This is a historical question, I guess. I'd love to hear y'all thoughts on this, man. Champions or grand champion dogs that didn't produce well. Maul, I'd love to hear your perspective on this one, man.
That didn't produce well.
Yeah, they did produce well.
One of them, my favorite, and I talked to people who had the dog, but he didn't produce well per se, but he was pivotal in pedigrees. So it was meaning he was basically used as a splash, and that's
Catalyst
the
blood. Catalyst blood.
Is that the word? Okay, that's Grand
Yeah,
Champion Hank. Grand Champion Hank wasn't the best producer, from what's said from the men who's had him on their yard. Like Vinny Venerango had him on his yard. He passed through a few hands. Even I've read where they said Pat Patrick said Hank didn't produce that well, but Hank is one of my favorite dogs. Just visually looking at him, he was one when I had my Richard Stratton dog or book that I took. I actually ruined my goddamn book by taking that one picture out and putting it on my wall. But I had investigated the blood and got to, this is years ago, to people who had the dog on their yard and stuff, a few of them. And I had the blood. But he's one dog that he was a catalyst blood. So you want him up in there, so to speak, because his little bit goes a long way. But Hank was one of them dogs. He was a special kind of dog. If anybody's read about him, I don't really want to go that far into about him himself, but as a production, they said he didn't produce that well per se, unless they said he did very well. That Vinny Venerango, may rest in peace, Dog Man Captain America. He put it with the boomerang stuff, would have made it kind of give it more drive or whatever. So that's one dog that I think that necessarily wasn't a great producer, but I think it's like his grandkids or whatever produced. But we know a Hank right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's my pick right there.
Okay. What would you say, Ram? A champion or grand champion that didn't produce well.
Shit, check the private chat. I really, I ain't gonna say.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, just check the chat though, man, and skip me on this one. I
Okay, let me see here.
don't want to fucking, throw nobody under the bus.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What about historically? We don't want to go to because
Yeah, that's kind of recent. You feel me?
yeah, that's kind of yeah.
But yeah, that was just my prime example of, doing that, motherfucker. I'll pull a motherfucker, but I'll produce a motherfucker too. You feel me? Historically, I would say, shit, grand champion Deacon. That motherfucker ain't produced shit.
Man.
His brother Gabilan was way better, but Deacon is ass. He ain't produced a motherfucking thing. But that go back to what I was saying when we was having the game this verse mouth. A lot of them fucking hard biting dogs could make grand champion, but they ain't produced worth a fuck.
Right.
That shit just happens, bro. Hank, he was a good example of that. I don't know. I can't think of no recent or past recent ones, really.
Right,
So I just go with the shit I put in the chat. That's the one I can relate to the most.
Okay. What you say, Buck?
Historically speaking, shit, Barracuda didn't really produce that great.
I knew you was gonna say Barracuda. I was thinking the same shit.
I always been on his ass though.
Yeah, he pair up good with shit though.
Well, a lot of times the blood will skip a generation.
Yeah.
So you really got to know what you're looking at when you're dealing with, some of these bloodlines. His kids, he had a lot of kids that produce a lot better than him.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at it through that microscope, I would say him. Let me see. I had a couple more. You guys cook. I had a couple in my head. I got a couple.
What you say, Thompson?
Shit. I ain't gonna even jump on that boat. But what I will say is performance does not equal production.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta get to a realization with that shit. Just like Buck alluded to, shit skips generations. Unless, like I alluded to earlier after Maul was cooking, unless you know that blood and you know how it works and you know how to manipulate it, you're going by trial by fire. Performers don't always produce. It's just a proven fact. Not saying that they don't, but they don't always produce. And then you got some that are not great performers and they produce the performance. So, some generations is production, some generations are performance. And that's how some bloods work. So I'll cook like that.
Right. Yeah. I agree with Buck, man, with Barracuda. Surprisingly, Barracuda didn't but I seen a lot of good and great dogs with Barracuda in their pedigree, and even up close, it's just not right off of them. You know what I'm saying? Not right off of them. Like Buck said, it may be a skip or something. You know what I'm saying? But just like a direct son and daughters, they really didn't. It wasn't really that great performers, you know what I'm saying? But they might have produced well, you know what I'm saying? Somebody in the chat said he said Rosemary. He said Rosemary didn't but Rosemary wasn't bred that much though. I think Rosemary's only bred like what, twice? She only bred twice.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 times. I know she wasn't bred a lot,
I think STP had a litter off of her before she was sold too.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah, yeah.
Was it them puppies in the cage off of her?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I think she did have a little STD. But I
But
think she's only bred twice, if I'm not mistaken.
but just because the dog didn't just because just because the offspring didn't become famous don't mean that the dogs were good or bad. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of people, I think a lot of times that could be the case. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, you could have some dogs that they turned out or whatever, but that don't mean that they were top notch, but that still could mean that they still work, but that don't mean they didn't also. You see what I'm trying to say? You know,
Right.
you know,
Exactly.
there's a lot more. There's very few famous dogs. There's plenty famous dogs, but there's a lot more. I would say 10 times the amount of good dogs that we don't hear about versus the ones that we do. So I think in her case, the Rosemary dog, that could have been the case. Just because we didn't hear about the offspring, don't mean she didn't produce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that colors on Peds Online fuck niggas heads up, boy. The
Yeah,
minute them colors and all of that shit on Peds Online start
Right.
happening, that shit just fuck niggas heads up. They
Yeah,
nigga,
I hate that shit,
motherfuckers can't even
man.
read a pet. Motherfuckers can't even read a pedigree on paper.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can't even read a scroll.
Straight
Like
up, bro.
You
Then
you
motherfuckers be
know,
misusing the colors. You know, the colors was implemented for a reason. You know, motherfucker
there's
got
a
the damn puppies highlighted in red. Like, nigga, where's the champion at? Nigga, these motherfuckers only 6 months old. What the fuck?
there's a lot of wars that are won by unknown people. You know what I'm saying? So you know, kind of like with breeding, it seems like it's almost like like a chessboard. You ain't gonna have too many kings and too many queens on the damn board. You know what I'm saying, on one board. And even with breeding, if you breeding off one, say for instance, grand champion Hank, he might not throw you another king, which he you know you can call a grand champion a king, but he gonna throw you a pawn that's gonna push to the next move to, you know what I'm saying, to get that king, you know, that you're looking for in your breeding.
Yeah, cause you could that dog I mentioned in the private chat, he threw offspring who threw, you know, good dogs, but he himself didn't throw good dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
he'll
it's
that's
hard
skip
to it's hard to find one that's producing dogs that are producing. This is when these conversations get deep into breeding. Because
Bizarro
motherfuckers,
said
because
Hugo.
a lot of people can't see past one. You know,
Hugo.
it's moves. That's why when you hear these brothers talk and we talk about some of these breeders, these is people that dedicated they damn near their lives to certain strains. And just me fucking with these dogs for as long as I see how you could easily spend your life doing this. And being able to stick with shit to a point where you see how it's hitting. Like we talking about grandkids you would have to be into with some of these breeds to see how it's truly hitting. It takes time, man. That shit is time consuming and generations. Like it ties back into earlier what we was cooking on with the breeders and everything, man, and trying to find the nuances to this shit. Cause I mean, you gotta put some years in to really say you know a blood. That's why I be so skeptical to cook on certain dogs because I ain't feed a lot of shit like that. You know what I mean? So when you get into it, you gotta really know we judge like whole lines of dogs behind one dog. You feel what I'm saying? And like Maul said, there's a large community of these dogs out here, bro. A lot of them, bro.
Yeah. Bizarro Watkins said Hugo. Hugo, he was another one that really didn't get bred that much. Um, he produced that slider dog. I had one off of Hugo and slider. Um, you know, it was real good blood. A lot of these dogs, like only reason why I said Barracuda, yeah, he produced, you know, his fair share, but a lot of these dogs were like, you could say just like on big franchises. You know what I'm saying? Like Hugo was
Fast
more,
lane breeders.
yeah, you could say that big money. You know, a lot of these dogs, you know, they get outpriced. You know, they don't go to the big conventions and stuff. You know, historically speaking, 20, 40 years, you know, Hugo been gone over 20 years. So, you know, that's pretty much it, man. Some dogs. Well, I take that back. Hugo probably been gone about 17 years because I know somebody gonna try to act like they know something and shit. But yeah, it's just some dog man just did it for the love, and it was more of a. I mean, you could just say small pot type of dog man versus those real big entourage dogs. Like Barracuda. It was the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? Riding with them type of dogs versus you get some of these other dogs. They smaller name because they don't want to be out there like that. It's not about the quality. It's just what I'm saying. So they they might not get bred as much, like Mayday was on like it's like the Lakers or something, you know what I'm saying? If you look at Mayday and they're all the camps surrounded and what I'm saying, everybody, it was convoys, what I'm saying, traveling, what I'm saying? So that's pretty much about that.
Okay. Salute to Seth Calhoun in that super chat showing love. Much love, much appreciation, fam. It says, when building around a great female, do you want to keep as many daughters off her as possible, or do you go after as many of her sisters as possible if you already have a good stud? Interesting. What you think about that?
If you got a good stud, you probably want to look for bitches. You know what I mean? Breeding around.
Now he's saying that you want bitches off of daughters off of the female or her sisters.
You got to keep both, man. Shit.
Yeah, if we can get the sister, get her. If you can get the daddy and the mama, get her too.
Hell yeah.
Build around it. Get as many of those pieces as you can.
All them dogs is teaching you something. You know what I mean? They all bringing either it's going to be consistent traits you see across the board, or it's going to be inconsistent traits you see across the board. That's the thing about having them family trees and being able to build around shit. So, yeah, I go for both, man. Get as much as you could get. If you like it like that, and you could really evaluate it for what it is.
Man, everybody, their mama always asking about LT Trey. I don't know, bro. I don't know if LT Trey if he's producing yet or not. Don't know. Yeah, man. Man, we had a good cook up, man. I gotta bust a move, man. Unless y'all got another something else y'all want to get off your chest. Go ahead and let's get a disclaimer in there, Buck, if you can.
Hey, none of this content is used for illegal purposes. It's just for the betterment of the breed. We just get together a couple times a week, just brothers, just talking and laughing, and that's all we doing, man. Talking about the history of the breed. Anything that we talk about is 10s and 20, far out of the statute of limitations, anything, that we talk about. So, if you're a tree hugger, thanks for tuning in. Super chat. If you love the animals and you want people to take care of their dogs, you shoot 7, 8, a couple $100 bills on the super chat, and he could take care of his dogs. While you're at it, come over there on Sunday and drop a couple super chats too. Anyway.
Yes, indeed, man.
Hey, salute to the panel. Salute to the chat, man. I love a good cook up with y'all brothers, man. A lot of knowledge was thrown. And like I said, salute to the community, man. We all in this shit together at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Shit, you always know my motto, man. Salute your favorite local dog, man. Super Saiyan sock the shit out your local tree hugger. Right in the fucking jaw.
Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Salute to the chat, man. Much love, man. We'll catch y'all on Sunday. Make sure you go over to Buck City Kennels page. That's what we do, Bulldog Sundays. So make sure y'all tune in, man. And we'll holler at y'all in a minute, man. Deuces.
We out.
Don't run off.